This issue is Powered by Women, declares the cover of the November 2017 issue of American Glamour. Glamour is a prominent fashion and beauty magazine that aims to celebrate the female gender.
But there's one award I can't win. And that's Glamour's Women of the Year Award. Past recipients include Maria, Tyra, Jane, Brett, Jenny from the block, Donnie, Elle, Queenie, Jules. And I can't win it. Because I'm a man.
The magazine is seemingly cohesive in this aim because even the advertisements in the magazine appear to promote female empowerment. And as discussions of gender equality are continuing to gain traction in American culture, Glamour and media like it are increasingly relevant points of reference when studying how womanhood is interpreted by society. The November 2017 issue of Glamour is particularly noteworthy because it was created entirely by women, hence the phrase, "Powered by Women," in response to the discrepancy between female and male contributions to past issues.
So for the November issue of Glamour, in all of our editions,
in every country, for all of the assignments,
we hired women.
Every photo shot by a woman.
Every hairstyle perfected.
Every face painted.
Every article written.
Every set designed by a woman.
Because women work hard, deserve equal pay, and deserve for their work to be seen.
Because girls need to support girls.
It's a meaningful, arguably necessary decision, but it ends up somewhat compromised by advertisers. By juxtaposing ideas of empowerment with items available for purchase, the advertisements in Glamour are commodifying empowerment. In other words, empowerment is something you have to buy. Beauty is by far the most prevalent component of female empowerment as defined by advertisements in Glamour. A beautiful woman, according to advertisers, is one whose appearance is flawless, yet natural. So, a beautiful woman is a paradox. Natural is usually defined as something organic or effortless, but within the pages of Glamour, the word describes a sort of illusory quality that requires a significant level of effort. Most likely, she did not wake up like that. Searching the internet for no makeup tutorials results not in videos of women washing their faces, but in thousands of videos of women carefully applying a full array of products to them. A recent study found that the average American woman applies at least 16 products to her face when getting ready, and may spend up to $300,000 on face products in her lifetime. The flawless yet natural paradox evokes in women a desire that can only be satisfied by patronizing the companies responsible for items which both shape the paradox and offer to resolve it. This is an ad for Maybelline's Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder. The flawless yet natural paradox is pretty obvious here. And the model's face is flawless, but it's the work of a professional makeup artist and maybe even a photo editing software. Neither of these things are natural, but they aid in the illusion of the model's image being so. This practice isn't really a secret anymore, but media is so ubiquitous that we simply cannot devote the proper scrutiny to everything as we consume it. The flawless yet natural paradox persists because companies work just below the surface of our attention, and we let them. Advertisers encourage women to govern their personal narratives, saying things like, "Ignite your story, live your story, you do you." But that governance has to be facilitated by a material mediator. Consider the language used when advertisers attempt to encourage self-authority. It's like they're ordering women to be autonomous, which doesn't really make sense. Advertisers lead women to internalize a temperament of dependence and present their goods as the crutches upon which women should lean. As a result, some women gain a sense of comfort from wearing makeup because it makes them feel as though they have some level of authority over how they're perceived. But really, the behavior is a sign of subordination. These women are dealing with what Claude M. Steele calls a stereotype threat.
You're going to feel an extra pressure, a distracting kind of pressure.
But ultimately, the benevolent aim of the issue of Glamour, #PoweredByWomen, remains intact. Indeed, there are many ads that reduce empowerment to an item with a price tag by using cunning imagery and rhetoric, but in comparison to the trends in advertising described by critical literature over the years, the overall tone of the advertisements in Glamour are a step in a promising direction. Instead of confining women to mere objectification, the advertisements in Glamour express an awareness of women's growing demand for equality, and advertisers are essentially trying to supply that demand in the only way that a business can. The implicit notion that empowerment must be purchased is more likely the consequence of economics, not a sinister agenda to suppress the liberties of an entire gender. We cannot reasonably expect companies to stop selling things, but what we can do is invest in media literacy so that we can discern the full meaning of a text and responsibly react to it. In other words, we can educate ourselves so that when an advertisement says, "Woo, empowerment is great, we've got some for $169, we can respond, "No thanks, we can do it."